Yes, sir. All right, man. We back. We back. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get the vibes right. You know what I'm saying? Let's get them right. Yes, sir. Dig. Welcome to the Lost in the Sauce podcast. I'm your host, Randy. And I want to thank anybody that's been tapped in now, man. We just kicked off the YouTube. You dig? Salute to y'all that's the subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Hit the subscribe button. Hit the follow button. Follow me also at Sauceville615 on Instagram. Follow the Lost in the Sauce pod. Thank y'all. Anybody that's been supporting, sharing, all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? We got more vibes coming, more interviews coming, more creative shit coming. You know what I'm saying? It's just the beginning. You dig? So I want to give a shout out to y'all, man. Salute. And, man, we're going to keep growing this thing. You dig? But, man, we got my brother in here.
What's going on, man?
You know what I'm saying? We got a, man.
We got a person.
Hey, look, hold on. Hey, nah, I got to give him his flowers today, man. We here to give flowers. You know what I'm saying? And I think this dude, man, is one of the most talented dudes in the city.
I appreciate that. I can say the same.
Yeah, you did. One of the most talented brothers in the city. Creativity is off the charts. I would consider him a tastemaker.
Yes, I agree to that one.
You know what I'm saying? Swag is always on point. You know what I'm saying? The vibes. He know where the lit spots is at. You know what I'm saying? He know where the vibey spots is at.
After all this is said and done, I'm starting a food blog called Eat With Me.
Ooh, yes, sir.
I'm trolling. I'm not starting a food blog.
Hey, yo. Oh, man. But look, we'll get into that, too. Because he got some hidden talents, man. And I've been hunting for this brother. I don't know what it is about these talented brothers, and I be hunting for them. And it's hard to get them. But they'll let you know when it's time, it's time. You know what I'm saying? So.
Like Djing.
You hear me? Hey.
Tapping the wrist like Djing.
Yes, sir. Man, like I said, tastemaker. One of the most creative brothers I know. Strategic. One of the most resilient brothers also. You know what I'm saying? Humble.
He runs in circles, so
facts.
It look real common right here.
Man, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. We got my brother. Some people know him by Carter. Some people know him by Chris. Most of y'all know him by DJ Madmauves. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. How you doing, brother?
I'm all right, man. And in the words of Streams, I'm making mad moves. Boy, don't let me mask up.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying, huh?
Most people don't know that line stemmed from when I first started DJing. Actually, I used to DJ with a ski mask on to like separate my personalities and like not let it was part of marketing because it was like, all right, cool. I don't really want to be like known like facial wise as a DJ because it is what it is. But yeah, I used to DJ with a ski mask on so nobody would know who it was. And I don't know, just one day I think I got asked to DJ on like an impromptu joint. Didn't have a ski mask on me.
Man.
Yeah.
I would say, too, because, like, all right, man, we finna get straight into it. Because, like, that was a legendary run when you was running around in the city and, like, nobody knew who you was. They just would see the ski mask. You know what I'm saying? And
that and the way my Instagram pictures, they didn't. I always tell people you could see who I was. So if you ever seen me in person, you knew who it was behind the Instagram. But, like, if you seen my page, people like, oh, I can't see your face. I can't see your face. Or, like, at one point in time when I was single, like, women be like, oh, no, I thought you were a catfish. I was like, no, I'm just a regular dude. I just don't want this persona to run my life.
That's hard, man.
Oh, hold on. By the way, I'm still single. Like, this is me talking like early Madmauves time. Let me clarify that. When I say that, I mean like early Madmauves. Because at one point in time, Madmauves has dated. I have exes as Madmauves. But like when Madmauves first started, I was single. So like the persona on the gram was like, yeah, I thought you were a catfish because, you know, I couldn't see your face. Well, that's the point of it. Like Madmauves is just like the energy behind it. I think I should also at some point in time explain where I got the name Madmauves from.
Let's get straight into it. Where did the name cultivate from?
If you've read my name, most people are like, oh, you spell it like mob. Well, yeah. It's like a synesthesia thing where I try to associate a lot of things towards color. Like as I like to be, I like to have a good organic vibe, a good aura going. But Madmauves was birthed. I think I had like 3 names before Madmauves. At one point in time, I was gonna be Hansa. It was something, and Hansa was like it's a yellowish color, and it was something else I was gonna go by. But I just never went by because like they don't fit the mood. Madmauves was birthed out of like how I see color and like associate its things. So like red is an intensity. White is like a spectrum. It's like a peak of spectrum. So you can see anything in white or like make anything happen out of white or whatever, or add color to white. Blase, blase. Moves was like the way I see movement and like feel and like dance and rhythmic movement is the color mauve. Like it looks like when it's happening, it looks and feels like the color mauve to me. And I was like, man, that's something I want to invoke in people. So like I started making flips that got real soulful hits over like trap stuff, like Lil Baby rapping over Anita Baker, like stuff like that. And
yeah,
the way that feel, like you hear, you be like, you put the stank face on like you battle rapping, like, and out of that, like the feeling of that color is like, okay, cool. I could play on a word and make it moves instead of like mauve. So moves, and I wanted people to move. So Madmauves was birthed out of that. I think I was riding in the car with Chuck, and I told him that, and he was like, bro, that's hard.
Shout out Chuck, man. You know what I'm saying? That's super hard, bro. To tie into like what you were saying with how you do your crafting or your blends or your sounds. Like when you go into the party, you had this certain sauce that you bring, bro, and it's fire. Like you'll take some shit that ain't supposed to be over here, and you find a way to blend and mix that shit. So like that's definitely one of the styles that stood out for me. Just going into a function where you was at, it stood out, bro. And then you really would get in your bag when, you know what I'm saying? I think this is at the time when you were in between them characters. So I think at this point in time you were fine showing your face, but then when you getting into that bag, you pull that mask down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you seen the ski mask come down. You knew it was like, oh, okay, cool. These next 30 minutes, it's about to go stupid from like beginning to end.
That's hard, bro. Hard.
Yeah, those are some good days. I remember those days, them early days where it's like, cool. I was still kind of auditioning, like getting my name like known in the city and known just around. And granted, I was still traveling with like different shows. Me and Chuck had done a couple of shows out in Dallas. At this point, we done been out to L.A., in the Carolinas, stuff like that. Like it was a lot of that like early development. Then I think I started just getting booked solo as a DJ, and people were like, oh no, like he can do this, like he got the chops to do this. I think Gent put me on Exit In stage
hard
as a DJ, and I was like, oh yeah, cool, I'm about to go stupid. This is one of my like dream venues too. Like I still love Exit In, but like I used to like think Exit In was like the holy grail of venues, and I was like, I need to play there.
It has that nostalgic like feel. You know,
it's a dive bar. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, it's fire. It's fire. Shout out Exit In, man. So like, for my own curiosity, and I think the people want to know, like, you carry yourself in a certain way, like on social media platforms, and just how you portray yourself to the world. But I know you a little deeper, right? So
that social media shit it's social media. I don't give a fuck about that. That's not my real person. Most people don't know. Like, this is the thing. I still get this reaction a lot of times, and I'm not tired of it, but I'm tired of it. But it's like I get the same reaction. I'll be like, oh yeah, you know, I'm a regular person. I'll say my real name, and somebody be like, I would have never expected that. I was like, what were you expecting? Mm-hmm. Like, what do you expect? Somebody's like, this is my DJ persona. Like, we got DJ Premier, but you don't expect his name to be Premierio. Like,
real talk.
You know, he got a regular name, like a lot of DJs. You expect him to have like a standard name after you talk to him. But like, I don't know. I get that reaction. I'm like, oh, I never would expect Chris Kyle. Like, well, what do I look like? I don't know.
That's dope. So, like, tell me, because I don't think the people know. So, if you could comprise it, tell the people the difference between Madmauves and Chris.
Madmauves only does music. Chris does the rest of life. So I go pay bills. I work like a normal person. I eat meals. I walk on this earth. I work on my resume. I have multiple degrees. I like Chris and Madmauves still have the same. So like, yeah, like I may not be showing on spot or whatever that I'm actually a really educated guy, and like I just mind my business a lot of times. So yeah, Chris does the rest of life, and like people see Madmauves, and like I don't even flex on social media, but I guess people see like it's just an energy, a vibe that they expect. Like when they see me, every moment is like he in his bag. No, I'm not always in my bag. Sometimes my bag is left at the crib while I run to the store and get groceries. Like
real talk.
No.
So you kind of getting into that bag of the next question I was gonna ask you too, was like 3 misconceptions people have of you. So I guess that could be one. They think Madmauves is Chris.
Yes, yeah, and that's not the case. If you've led yourself, and I'm not saying this to like shit on nobody of perceptions. I know perceptions are reality for other people. Like I don't like the persona being like life, because I think a lot of times, especially it's just in the times we are. The times we live in, a lot of people put social media in. Like some people actually live their social media life.
Right.
But we also forget, like when we first started social media, we made social media as like an escape, almost like a video game damn near. Like MySpace, motherfuckers was making like SpongeBob falling things, coding that in on their page. And they like, I'm the baddest bitch, all this stuff. But like, no, that wasn't your regular life. You were Susan on the in the AB classes in school. Like I think as it's progressed, it started to become like certain people's reality, because people got to like turn into those like different personas, and I have not committed to turning into the persona. The persona is just a piece of what I do.
Real talk. That's a deep topic right there. Is how you have to learn how to blend the two. Well, not blend the two, but separate the two. Excuse me. Separate the two. And I'm learning that now with doing this podcast and like real life shit.
Catch up quick too.
Because I go by sauce. You know what I'm saying? But Randy is a whole different nigga. Like, and with like learning in this journey, I'm having to know when to tap into which side, like what's coming. What's like, all right, I need to handle it this way. I need to handle it that way. And if you ain't careful, those will blend, and then that's where the destruction happens, because you lose yourself.
It's a clash identity. Like I definitely agree. I think it becomes a clash identity. It can build and manifest itself as a crisis in yourself that makes you go out here and start living outside your means, your person, your personality, your morals, all these things. Like it's easy to get caught in those like the social media real versus real life real. Because like real life me, like on social media, I might be out here like getting bars off in songs, like a Future bar. I might just tweet a Future bar just because it hit at the time when I was listening to it. It was like, yeah, let me get that. Boom. Tweet that off. But in actuality, like, bro, I'm looking at like, all right, cool. What's the next steps in like really trying to like figure this life stuff out? Like figuring out, things that I want in my life. Like right now, I journal like crazy. Like I've been journaling about like the relationships in my life, the relationships I want to build, the space I want to be in. I don't want to meet new people. I don't want to explain my life story to another person.
Break that down for me.
That's an interesting dating, bro. Like
that's an interesting take, because in my opinion, I feel like if you're out here dating in the free world and you're single, I don't think you should limit yourself in a box.
I went to 13 schools growing up, not including college.
Gotcha. Okay. But I've traveled the world too, and it's just like many people have different experiences.
Not including traveling abroad and traveling on tour.
Look dope. Peep. If you do meet that person, if they could come off as an understanding person and they have their own story too, you could, throughout time, I mean, you don't have to rush it and comprise it into a small thing and be like, all right, this is my life story in 5 minutes. But as time progresses, you know what I'm saying? As you're building with a person, I feel like they can learn about you throughout time.
Yeah, that's one single person. I'm talking about the way dating works in reality. You got to think dating is like courting multiple places. So that's.
I will tell you that has become difficult, and especially now with everything building off of social media. I feel like it's kind of sickening in a sense. Like,
and it's a fucking pandemic, so I ain't trying to be out here and everybody.
I almost look at like Tinder and shit like a fucking vending machine. Like they're
been
judging you. Also, you don't go on those.
No,
I know a lot of people that use the dating sites.
I DJ. I could meet somebody tomorrow. I meet somebody new at every show.
What's inclined for a woman to get your attention then?
It's tough. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not even gonna catch you like
because I've seen you in the functions and it's all business.
Yeah, bro. Look.
They're coming up to the booth. They're trying. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say
they're trying to hug and all that shit. You do that shit and you get out the way. You like it's back to business. Hey, separate the two.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I will cap somebody out. Like I'm good. I like to be nice. I'm fine to be nice with somebody because like I understand a lot of times like being a woman asking a guy for like it's becoming more normal now. But being a woman like putting down like ego and just like oh cool, he was like pretty cool. Like I actually want to ask him for his number. I'll let you know like yeah you know you could take my social down like stuff like that like keep in contact there stuff like that because. I'm not gonna be rude. I'm not gonna be a dick. Like I'm not gonna be like, no, I ain't accepting no new invites. Like I'm just gonna gracefully. I'm just gonna set my boundaries. Like yeah, like I'm not comfortable with that. Like yeah, you can follow me on socials and keep up. Like I'm out in the function. Don't be weird. Like we still be friends. We be cordial. Like just because one of us might have had an attraction for each other, don't mean that we just gotta pan out. Like we ain't got a bust. Like none of that.
Let me ask you though. Is it the location or the area that you're meeting these women make you handle them like that?
Doesn't matter.
So like, let's say if you're at the grocery store or something, you in Chris mode,
and I've still been.
You still gonna cap her out?
I'm still gonna.
That's crazy.
You know how many times I done got hit on as just regular Chris because I'm being
crazy.
A gentleman.
Why you ain't giving these young ladies a chance, man?
It's not giving them a chance. It's just I don't have enough time to respect their time.
Talk that talk. Let me hit that. Yeah. That's a bar.
I'm going.
I ain't even gonna argue with him no more.
Because there's the thing, we get upset when a dude is playing with a woman's time and feelings.
Facts.
But like, in the same, I want you to keep that confidence and like being able to walk up and express like, hey, like I feel like I want to exchange numbers. Cool. I still want you to have that confidence to be able to walk up because you might walk up on your husband one day. I'm not gonna be no weirdo like, oh, this chick just asked me for get on the beat. Hold on, dun. She just asked me for my number. No, I'm not about to do like no. I'm not gonna make it no like weird thing. I'm not gonna make you uncomfortable about it. I'm also gonna give you agency and the whole time. Like, hey, look, you could say no to this if you feel like I'm just coming off weird at this point. You can say no, I'm okay. Like, and it's not even me saying like anything sexual. I mean, just like in conversation. Like, if I'm coming off weird, I also like you can read energy at certain points. So like somebody might be uncomfortable with something. Like, hey, you uncomfortable with that? I'm cool. We just met today. I'm not the first person you met. I'm not the last person you met. I'm also not trying to be the last person you love. Ooh. So I'm not afraid to take a no. Like, I'm not afraid for somebody to be like, no, I ain't okay. I'm not gonna argue with your comfortability. I can't tell you to be comfortable. I can't force you to be comfortable.
Bro, I ain't gonna hold you, man. I feel like you are one of the guys that have a lot of those good traits that can be valuable one day. Because I do that for my girl, you know what I'm saying? For my wife. And it's like, all right, she earned that. So I feel like you just not giving none of these women a chance is a waste, man.
Why? A waste for who? It's more of a waste if I lead them down a path that lead them nowhere.
What's got you to that point?
Just living life. I've lived enough life to where I'm cool where I'm at. I've lived enough life to be okay and comfortable in my skin.
That's tough. That's tough.
It's just the truth.
Let's get into like a little bit of like your background a little bit. Okay. So, if I'm not mistaken, you was born in GA, right?
Yeah,
in Georgia.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where your roots is. Had a lot of your childhood down there, and this is tying in a little bit because you got some of them like Southern and hospitality roots, and you could tell you was raised by some real OGs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, just tell me a little bit about growing up in Georgia. You ain't got to, you know.
No, you good. So growing up, truthfully, I grew up a little bit everywhere. So like, yeah, down in the A is the home. Cool, love it to death down there. But like, at one point in time, I think I was young. I lived with my aunt in Wisconsin for like 2 years.
Wow.
So it was like I think I went to like kindergarten and first grade up there.
Really?
Then went back to Georgia. I was in Georgia for like a year and a half. Then I moved with my mom. She was living in New Orleans at the time. Moved there. We did that little like run for like a year, and then we moved to Nashville. And this is where I started meeting like a lot of the Nashville who know me now.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, yeah, bro, I remember you way back when with da 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 da. And most people like, oh yeah, I remember you doing this with me, but like nobody remembers me in school because I never went to school here really until like high school. My mom, and my dad like finally decided I was gonna live with my mom, but even then I moved around high school, so it was like, yeah, like I most people will remember stuff about me growing up, but it was never like, oh, we were in school together.
Yeah, like an extensive amount of time.
And even then, if I did go to school with them, it was like maybe half a semester, and then I went back somewhere else. Like I went to another state, and they were like, oh, well, yeah, I knew him. Yeah, we went to school for Doom, but like he didn't finish school with us. No, I was always moving.
Man, do you feel like that was a blessing or a plague?
And bro, I got 5 brothers and 2 sisters. It was a blessing because I got to see more life and more experiences. And like, I'm a big loner. I'm very self-sufficient, but it was birthed out of like having to be self-sufficient growing up. Ooh. Like always having to be like, okay, cool. Like if don't nobody else take care of me, I at least know how to feed myself. I know how to get home, whether I'm taking the bus, the train, walking, bike riding, whatever. I know how to get home. I know how to get to somebody else's home. I know how to eat. If I need to eat somewhere, I know how to get enough money to get something to drink. I know how to like get through my day.
You learn a lot of those lessons like fast.
Yes.
At a very young age. Like, and I tend to know like, cause my wife, you know, she had to handle herself like that. You know what I'm saying? Me, for instance, I was the baby in my household. I mean, I still went through trials, you know what I'm saying, and shit. But it's certain minute like things that she can do that my brain don't immediately think to do. Like she know how to go to survival mode like super quick. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? She know how to be self-sufficient at all times. So I just think that's an interesting quality of people that had to grow up quick.
I salute everybody who had to grow up quick. I definitely pray that y'all definitely got through all the traumas that may have came with that and all the work you had to do. Like, bless y'all. And I'm extending my own personal love because, like, I understand it and I get it. Like, y'all some fantastic folks.
Yeah. Yeah. Has that been a difficult process for you? Like,
which part?
The growing pains and the self-healing with the traumas is that why it ties into like, I can't put up with your shit. I got enough shit that I'm, you know what I'm saying, that I'm handling.
No, man, I've been through a lot of life. Like I said, I had like my own struggles and stuff growing up, but like even when I went to college and like I went to college in the middle of Kentucky and I went a brief time without a phone. Like, ooh, I was traveling the country. Yeah, I was traveling the country. Like people couldn't get in contact with me because I was working on myself and then working through things. Like I was going through therapy. I remember at one point in time, I was in college and I had lost more relatives to like gun violence and other types of deaths than I was in semesters in school. And dealing with the survivor guilt of like seeing things, making things happen. Like I started 2 nonprofits in college. That's something that like my family, I couldn't be like, yeah, like I got a cousin that was doing XYZ. And again, I love my family to death, but it's just how we was raised. We weren't raised to like think of equity, think of assets, think of like long-term longevity. Like we knew the streets growing up.
Real talk.
So yeah, like it, I had survivor guilt really bad. I was crying a lot. I was depressed. I just had some really hard like things weighing on me because it's like, man, like I'm here going to school on an academic scholarship for free, and I still got like cousins getting locked up. And hey, also my cousin D come home this year. Free my nigga. Shout out to him. Cousins getting locked up, cousins getting shot, cousins getting killed. Just everything that comes with like what it's like to be poor and in the hood. Addiction, stuff like that, like all the things that are embodied in that. Like, yeah, I just had like a lot of weight on myself because it's like looking at people you grew up with, like y'all, it was a lot of us over my aunt's house, and like if we all go in on a pack of 12 noodles, it's 16 of us. 4 of us probably not going, maybe more, because one of our bigger cousins want to eat 2 packs of noodles. Ooh. Like, yeah, like it was like that. Like it was a tough environment to grow up in, but I will say, like, I have a lot of like fond memories when I see them. Like, it's always good to see them because they like, man, like you really did it. Like, you different.
You did. Yeah, that's hard.
You really living like different. And granted, like I said, they would only see me again like summers at a time. Sometimes, or like they'll see me for like 3/4 of a year and I'm gone. And yeah, it was different for them to see me growing up. And then like once they started this to do a lot of gentrification and like disband a lot of black people from the areas that they're mostly in, they started to spread out. And then, you know, stuff happens in families, especially like in poverty, because there's so many things you dealing with on a day-to-day basis that like that frustration boils over into like relationships and stuff, that they not having the facility to go to therapy to figure these things out. They don't have the facilities to get out and start to see more of the world. Some of them are felons, so they can't leave the country. Some of them on paper, so they can't leave the city. And it's just like, yeah, like I just had a lot of guilt around that, because I was like, man, like I done been in them same rooms with them doing everything they did, but I'm still able to get out here and do this because I just didn't fall into the trap. Like I didn't fall into the cycle.
And man, that's something to say about that, man. When you can kind of rise up and against all odds still find a way to make it out of that. You know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful thing. I wanted to ask you, like, growing up, I know my escape, like shit that I dealt with in my household and how I grew up. My escape was music. Is that something similar for you, or did you have like a different escape?
I used to just be quiet when I was young until I vividly remember So I used to have my iPod full of music that I would just be quiet on my own with, but I realized like music bridged gaps for me to have more conversation, like whether it's like hood dudes or like super chill dudes. You know,
that's the beautiful thing about music,
bro. I remember this chick I know. She burnt a CD. She burnt me 808s and Heartbreak, and I think after that, it all went downhill for me, bro. Like I was like, bro, I'm about to just do this music stuff full time. Like 808s gave me, because that's the thing. At the time, I was young, so I'm like, I'm going through heartbreak, heartache. I was still trying to understand the concepts that was happening to me, and like just being in the hood and just being out of that environment. It was like, bro, and beautiful. And granted, I ain't start listening to hip hop till, like, let me rephrase that. I ain't start listening to new hip hop, like new rappers, and really starting to get into it till I was in like 8th grade. Like I used to listen to oldies. I used to listen to country. I used to listen to rock really heavy. Granted, Jeezy, Gucci, and Future, because that's just what was floating around where I was living. T.I., kinda. I think I listened more Shawty Low and Young Dro than I did T.I. I like T.I.'s like back end of his label more than him at the time.
Shawty Low.
It was nothing against T.I. at all, but I just like Young Dro naming every color coupe he got into a different peanut butter sandwich. He's like, sir. I got the Skittle rims with the Kool-Aid and like stuff like that he was just on. I used to just mess with it, because you got to think back then we were in the plaid shorts, the Easter color button up. We got a pair of white Forces on, tucking the socks down. Like,
hey, we had the baggy solids up here, like the long tees and all that shit. Like, we was going crazy with that.
We used to get them airbrushed.
We had the color hat to like match it. You know what I'm saying?
We used to get the shirts airbrushed at the mall.
See, that's hard.
Bro, you get the airbrush.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I remember, this is when I think for my birthday, I had that's when that You Don't Know Me came out. Hey. So I had the little airbrush, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy that shit was a thing,
but
bro.
That's the thing, dance crews used to do that back in the night. We had every crank that in the world. Like, it went from like, Soulja Boy gave us Crank That Superman, but Atlanta gave us Crank That Nation. We had Hobo, Batman, Spider-Man, it was every type of Crank That variation, and me and my sister knew every single one of them because we would sit up on freaking YouTube back when YouTube was the little gray box.
That's hard.
And we'd be on YouTube learning the Crank That's at Dad's crib, like popping and rolling, like stuff like that. Like we was out here actually on that dance stuff. Like that's something else. I can actually dance,
man.
But it's not something.
Wait, so you got a talent to dancing?
Yes, bro.
Wait, so you can do all that?
Yes, bro.
Hey man, my nigga can move, man. What can't you do, bro?
A lot.
You're like a fucking superhero, bro.
I can't do a lot.
This man is a part-time chef.
Okay, so when I graduated college, my first job out of college was a chef. Yes.
See,
that is a real thing. Yes, my first job out of college, I was a chef down in Chattanooga on Signal Mountain.
That's hard.
At these old folks' homes that was super expensive. That like they had to pay bread to be there. So like I had an unlimited budget on food. So I was in there making tiramisu's. I was in there making like filet mignons. Every possible thing you would think I had to make, and we had to make everything from scratch. We had only 4 chefs in that kitchen. It was one dude that did all the like sushi prep. He would cut like a lot of the raw fish and stuff like that if they wanted anything like that. We had a sous chef that did a lot of prep for the veggies, the soups and stuff like that. And then we had a master baker, and I used to learn from him the most because I wasn't too gifted in baking. Like granted, in college I worked in the kitchen for like 2 years, but jumping out of college and being like a head chef was like that was a fun thing. And I was also doing their accounting for the facility. So it's like I'm doing the accounting and I'm the head chef. Left that, and then I was working as an account manager at hospitals.
That's hard. Man, he got it all, man. That's why I said some of y'all women better try to catch this dude before he fully off the market.
Don't catch
He can do it all. Like I remember one day he was trying to put me on to like some vegan wave, and he was like, "Bro, you need to switch it over." Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you one time, bro. Like before I get to that story, I remember one time, bro. Like when you was on your whole vegan trip, like I realized how like disciplined you were, and I remember coming up to you. I think we was in a function or something. And I'm on some bullshit. I'm on some old ignorant nigga shit. So I'm like, I come up to you. I think we had ran to the store, got some cigars or whatever. I come back. I got like a bag of M&Ms. We in a party. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, man, you want some? He's like, hell no, bro. It's got milk in there, man. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I was like, wait, what? It does? You know what I'm saying?
Milk
but it's
chocolate.
just, you was just on it, bro. Like, that's how ignorant I was to some of the stuff that I was doing. But like, you was doing the knowledge on.
Bro, I'm gonna let people know.
Hey, if I'm going all the way in on this, I need to know what I'm putting in my body.
I'm big to commit, but also like with that vegan stuff, if you really want vegan recipes and stuff, I got you because I was full on vegan.
He's hard. He came to my house and cooked a very nice like vegan meal from scratch. Yeah, I was impressed.
I make everything from scratch. I don't do store bought.
I'm talking, man. He came in like with the feng shui. He put the vibe music on. Like it was a vibe.
Steph fell asleep.
He did. Shout out Steph, man. He did. He fell asleep sitting up, just out.
He looked like
that was wild. That was wild 2 nights.
Yeah,
the night before. Like,
yeah.
It was wild 2 nights. But
yeah,
we can, you know what I'm saying.
All right, Allah.
You hear me? Shout out Steph, man. Love you, brother. Let's get into some of the pros and cons of DJing.
Pros?
So yeah. So let's get into some of the beauties and all of those things, but then we can get into some of the downsides and specifically here in the city. But let's start out with like I like to go into like the mind of the DJ. So first off, there is an art to DJing.
Yes.
There is an art. I've been in a function before where if you play the wrong song, if you don't know how to read the fucking crowd, you would throw everybody's vibe off. It's very important to keep the vibe going. Whether if you're talking, you know what I'm saying, you're eating, you're drinking, there is music to go with everything. I don't think we give enough credit to the importance of the DJ. So like, run that down a little bit for the people and give them the background of how like you craft your music depending upon the function. Part 2 to that question. Are you a reactive DJ or a proactive DJ?
Crazy enough, I could tie that all in one answer. Cause yeah, so there is an art to DJing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just know good sounds. So like I will play something probably only 2 people in the crowd know, but everybody in the crowd like it. You've been in many functions where I done played something like don't nobody know the song.
Like I said, tie back to like the mixes. It'll be a mix that everybody like, damn, what the? Did he just blend it? Hold on, that's hard. You know what I'm saying? And bouncing.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of that. Like I realized like good sounds go. That's where the Madmauves come from. Good sounds transcend comfortability. So like it's easy to be comfortable knowing like if I jumped out there and played whatever songs that are hitting right now, the TikTok songs, the stuff that's on the radio, like you gonna know it, you gonna bob your head because it's like you're not conditioned, but like you're conditioning your ears, like be comfortable with them. Like, okay, I know this. So like I can bob to this. I know the 1-2 step to this, but like, let me slide in there some Aaliyah and Rihanna flip together. Like, you know, both songs, but you don't know them together. Or even like, I'll play some, like just some funky stuff that has a bass line from an old song that like you may not innately know in your head. Like, oh, this is the bass from the Isley Brothers, Between the Sheets. Like you won't know it, but like you'll hear, you be like, I know that bounce, I know that 1-2, I know where to keep myself in that pocket and to just stay in that. So it's like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I care less if you know the song. I just want you to move because it's a good feel to the air. Like it just I used to joke all the time, like, look here now, if you come see me DJ and you can't pull somebody, you can't pull your next boo in there, you ain't really listening.
Come on, man.
It'd be some air in there that just like, I like to leave the room to breathe, to be able to converse with whoever you with. Like, of course, I'm gonna get you a couple of songs and it was like, oh yeah, no, we need to all rap on this because we know, like, hold on, wait a minute, y'all thought I like everybody know that. Like you might get one of them.
If that swag surf go off too, people gonna go crazy.
Another
like,
one that
it's crazy.
Every time it stop on a little silence and then you hear that, I typed a text to a girl I used to see. Everybody's gonna rap it because we all know it. I throw you one of them
That's
in
one
there.
Of the classics.
That let you get your bravado off, your little ego. Let her to show you know you gotta look.
Yeah,
it's on me, not it's in me. It's not on me. It's
okay,
real regular for me. This is. It might seem like a Saturday to you, but this is a Tuesday. Like I'm gonna let you step into that bravado real quick, but you also still gotta have that. It's like golf. You gotta have a short game too, because when I pop you one of them tracks on that, it's just will you stop making your mind, and it's just real chill. Like, oh, let me slide on it real quick with these words. Let me get your 10 real quick. You know, I've been trying to figure out what you're doing from now until forever, baby. Let me get this game off to you. You gotta have the long game and the short game because it's gonna be there. The energy gonna be there for you to be able to intermingle, be able to feel comfortable in the space. You're not gonna feel judged. You're not gonna feel like it was too one-sided. You just gotta move. Come in there and move. That's my one requirement. If it's a song you like, I played a flip I did to Love by Keisha Cole and had the entire function singing Love together, sweating.
That's hard. Hey, that's some of the most beautiful shit when you probably could like, cause you got the best seat in the house. Like whether if you're up high or you're sitting in the cut like DJing, you could survey the floor and see everything. And I'm pretty sure that's a good feeling when you have the drinks are flowing, everybody's feeling good. And then you just took it to a whole nother level with one of them joints that lives forever. You know what I'm saying? That takes people back to that time. Like
if you catch me burning the Palo Santo, you gonna now it's like it went from me wearing the ski mask to me burning the Palo Santo. You know I'm getting the energy right because everything to follow is to feel good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's beautiful, man. And I would say like, for me, like, DJing ain't for everybody. Because I done had, it ain't for everybody. I done been into some functions. I'm like, why the fuck is he playing this shit? Like, I might want to hear that bullshit. Like,
I think about dyeing my hair red. It look like a brother red. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love that Playboy Cardi song. I'm gonna play it at some point.
I like Playboy, man. But I'm talking about other DJs that's like you said, playing the TikTok-y type shit. And it's just like, nah, bro. That ain't it. That ain't the move.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
And maybe that could be me just being grumpy. I don't know. But I don't be seeing people moving like that.
I'm gonna argue that one. Well, no, I can't argue it because I'll find a song that's like TikTok famous and go make a flip to it, and then I'll go play that.
But see,
so
that's
like, I got a WAP flicks that's not flicks. I got a WAP.
No, we all like WAP
mix.
We all like WAP.
We do, but
no, we're gonna play. We all like WAP.
I got the WAP mix that goes up. It's like a Jersey mix too, and people be in there like, hold on.
I'm trying to think of a song that's annoying. Damn.
I'll let you know if I got a flip to it.
Fuck, I can't think of it right off the top of my head. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't like that clear rate. That go best friend. I ain't like that. Get rid of them.
Oh, I'm not about to flip.
Yeah, like, yeah. You see what I'm saying? It's just like, don't play that. Let them play that in the car.
No, let them play that on TikTok. Don't even play that in the car.
That's what I'm saying with one of them ones that
you know
just
what?
like,
I'm gonna challenge myself. I'm gonna make a flip to it.
Yeah, I fuck with it.
You know what's bad? A lot of songs I make flips to, sometimes I don't even know the lyrics.
Really?
I know the sound that I need.
Wow, so you can think of that.
I didn't know WAP's lyrics for a long time. And I had a flip that like I would play often.
That's hard.
Like I didn't know WAP past like
your Bad and Bougie one was crazy.
Which one?
You had a couple. Now that I think about it.
You know what's crazy? I didn't know when I first made that, like I knew Bad and Bougie first verse, but like after that first verse, I didn't know any of Bad and Bougie, but I had flips to it.
That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, so man, let's get into like the difficult conversation. Okay. So the joys out of DJing and all of those things. But some of the negative sides are in particularly here in the city can be difficult. Let's just broaden the conversation. Creators in general.
This city I have found like and this is only, you can say this is my experience, call it what it is. You can slander me on Twitter. I don't care. And do what you need to. In terms of Nashville, this is the only city I found that is not willing to pay a creative their price and also like pay the creative their flowers in the regards of like I've been in other cities and other cities immediately. Like, yeah, I name a price there and they're like, damn, like, let me get back to you. It's like, okay, cool. I knew what I was booking for. I asked for this. Like, I personally came and like, this was my request. This is who I wanted. This is the work I wanted. Yeah. Whatever it is. I've only had like a handful of creatives and artists and people in positions do that. But like, if somebody's reaching out to an artist, I believe, this is only me, don't haggle their price. Either just be like, oh, okay, cool, that's a little bit over my price, or just be like, bet, I'm about to book you. Mm-hmm. And I've had more conversations than needed of people like, oh, well, can you do it for? I don't barter nobody price. If I go book a service or ask for a service, no matter what creative you are, whether I'm getting clothes, shoes, hats, whatever, I very much so believe in, if I ask you, hey, what's the price for this? You tell me that price, I'm gonna pay that price. Yeah. I might not get it right now. And I'll tell you like upfront, like, hey, look, it's out my budget right now, but I'm definitely doubling back for this. Like, the minute the money available is yours. Facts. I'm not gonna be like, well, I ain't got that. Can you take this? No, don't take this, because that's not your price. Yeah. I don't know what your life budget. I don't know what your life is. So like, people assuming that because the artist has more notoriety that they don't need the money is false. Yeah, man. It's that they don't need the flowers is false. It's nasty. It's nasty, man. It's disrespectful to the work and the craft that they've put in, the name that they've put in. Because you got to think, again, I love the folks around. I love some of my favorite DJs in the city are probably, I love I don't even know what to call that group, Enigma and Savvy. Absolutely insane. I think they're fantastic. I like Savvy. Together. No, Enigma and Savvy as a DJ group though, it's like two of them. So you know Savvy the rapper, yeah, he's a fantastic artist. But he also be jumping with his DJ Enigma and DJing like on and off together. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Eastwood, wow. AB Eastwood's fire, obviously. Shout out AB. A couple other people that like I rock with in terms of DJ. I'm sorry if I'm blanking on names. It's nothing disrespectful, but like I never wanted to come to a point where they like somebody's like, oh yeah, what's your price? And then they were like, well, can we get you down to this? Like, no, like it shouldn't be that. Like again, in other cities I've DJ'd in, it's never been a situation of, well, no, okay, cool. Facts. We gonna give you that. That's your bread. This is a part of what I want. This is the feel I want. This is the vibe I want. Because I know I can't go get this twice. Mm-hmm. Again, it's a lot of mixes I got out there you would not get twice. Come on. I got a mix to Method Man and Biggie's The What that I don't play often, but the people who hear it be like, yo, what? Where were you at in this pocket? And crazy enough, I was listening to 80s Japanese music. See, like 80s fire. Japanese pop to find the beat pocket for this flip. That's fire, bro. And see, like,
I feel like, man, the work that you put in, because recently you've been like contemplating with like stepping away.
Not contemplating, I am.
Lord, I've been trying to talk him out of it, y'all. I'm trying, but you've posted recently, like, man, I'm ready to step away from this thing. Like,
yes,
and I feel like the issue with that is you're overworked, underpaid, and also you're missing your flowers. Like, you've been put the work in, you've put the 10,000 hours in. I've seen you literally DJ for 8 to 10 hours straight
and not play the same song twice.
Straight. You know what I'm saying? I've seen you go and take gigs last minute. You know what I'm saying? I've seen you just at any opportunity, you've did it. You've put in the work. Any artist needs you, you're there. So it's like the thing of what I'm talking about with the culture and specifically down here, what I feel like needs to be fixed is the business acumen of paying these creators what they're worth.
I even believe that for other creators, because I ain't gonna lie to you, it's a lot of creatives in this city that are absolutely 10 times better than other cities I've been in. I literally, I will talk about an experience. I had an experience one time. I was out in San Diego with an ex, and like I'm listening to the dude DJ up there, and I was like, oh, this is, and like people were vibing. I was like, this is lackluster DJing. Like he just got a mixer and a phone. He didn't have he wasn't really putting in on his craft. He was just like, okay, I'm here. Like I know people rock with these songs. There were no transitions. There were no flips. It was like nothing that gave you like that. Oh, he's spinning. He's up there. At one point in time, I used to scratch DJing, and it was like a brief moment because I realized people didn't listen to the scratches. Like that part of DJing is a lost art. Like granted, it's certain crowds that like it. Like if I go to a boom bap, they're gonna love it. But I realized a lot of events I cultivate an energy for is like less scratches and more like I'm a hear pockets where it's like I might be stepping in like on 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then he's gonna change it. I'm stepping to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and it's just like, yo, where did this pocket change come from? And yeah, bro, it's just I think more creatives need more flowers here because again, this city it outworks a lot of people.
Yeah,
but they also don't pay for the work. Yeah, they don't pay for that work. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, there's no reason that and this is nothing against anybody. There's no reason one of our acts books out X and in, and the venue isn't like on some like, all right, cool, like we want y'all to be here more regular. Like it's just, man, it's hard for me to explain because it hurts my feelings to see that there are like fantastic artists here.
Yes, that's still like waiting for their opportunity to expand this thing and be paid with their work. Because I'll be honest. We get into that. So like with any other creatives, any other artists, nothing that they're doing here is free. This production of what you see here is free. It came out of my pocket. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, pay these fucking creators what they're worth, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit ain't cheap. They're trying to change their lives. And it's like, we're fucking up the cycle by trying to get over on everybody. Like, pay that shit forward, man.
There's no reason Petty dropped a song every Friday.
You hear what I'm saying, bro?
And it's not talked about nationally.
He's got over, like, I don't even know how many projects.
I'm gonna be honest. I have every one of Petty's old I have stuff Petty probably don't have at this point. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I got a catalog of music that, like, creatives here probably still don't have on hand. Like, I be playing certain songs from some artists, and they be like, bro, I don't even have that no more. And it's just because I've been an avid crate digger for a long time. But, like, bro, I really wish the culture of Nashville would believe in paying. And it's not even monetary all the time. Paying the flowers. Paying the reward of like the work. Because there is such hard work put in this city by so many creatives that just like, again, I've been in other cities and at other functions. I was like, oh bro, we can put this in another city and it can go platinum. Because other cities pay people. They give people spins, they give people flowers, and I've not seen that here. And again, this could be just because I've traveled a lot in my short life. Like, I've done a lot of traveling, seen a lot of other, like, bringing stuff. Like, I've had opportunities in other cities where they didn't argue a thing. They're like, yeah, no, we got you. It's yours. We want you to come back again. Like then, Pandemica, she came in and she started to show her face. She put us all down on the little 12-month sentence.
It's nasty.
We still we still in her graces. She like our toxic ex. She just ain't going away.
Man,
Pandemica got a hold on us forever. Quarantine to do too.
Man, it's wild, man.
Yeah, no, I genuinely want like every Nashville creative that is like actually like, and again, everything ain't talented. I'm not shitting on nobody and nothing like that, but like, I know my cup of tea ain't everybody's cup of tea. But at least if it's actual talent, it's like, oh yeah, this is it. It should be a bigger, I guess. The Nashville scene should support it more together. Not the magazine. I mean, like the parts that make Nashville play, quote unquote.
Facts. And but on the beautiful side of that, though, I do see a lot of the.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hate to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
Sec talked about this. He said all black creatives should move out of Nashville in like a year or so. I agree.
Ooh.
Only reason I agree because
I'd be hurt.
Only reason I agree is because I think they should go see some more Earth. Like, go see some more life. You can bring it back to the city. Ain't nothing to bring it back to a city. You from here. Your folks live here. You always got a place in relative sense. Or you have a support system, a community here that you can come back to.
Do you feel like that's what the issue is?
You
feel like it's kind of like a bounce off effect? Like we just ain't touched into the right people to bring them back here?
No, I don't think that's that. I think it's a situation of just life has gotten hard, and life is hard, and it's consistently hard, and times get harder because the price of the dollar or the strength of the dollar is going down. So like we have to work harder in regular life while also trying to find the time.
Bless.
Sorry about that. To find the time to actually like cultivate life outside of that. So yeah, it's a tough thing because again, like I said, life is hard. Life is hard as fuck. I live a very hard, like my regular everyday life is hard as fuck. Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Like I have certain things that like are taken care of, and I have no issue with that. But like other shit in my life is very hard, and I don't want to belittle anybody's like struggle because everybody has a story. Everybody has a something going on in their life. So it's hard to do both. Like if you find the time to actually execute living life and the price of fucking housing going up every 6 minutes in Nashville and companies not trying to pay out more in Nashville and they bringing all this infrastructure into Nashville while inconveniencing its citizens in Nashville. It also still being a very, it feels like a PWI living in Nashville. It feels like an institution that's made and graced and cratered for our caucus transplants. It's tough, like especially being a black creative in Nashville. Just being a creative period in Nashville is tough because everybody think that we all the greatest thing, which I salute y'all egos. I believe there are way greater DJs than me and people who do way better stuff than me. But
now you need your flowers. Fuck all that.
I understand. I do something different. Like I do something good and different at the same time. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I've seen you DJ for 10 hours straight. I don't want to hear what none of these other niggas is talking about.
Bro, I have a very
with straight hits.
I have a northeastern feel to myself. I will say that.
With like 8 to 10 different acts running their sets. You're running all of their sets, knowing the cues when they need to go, doing the drops when they need to drop, back to back, simultaneously. I had to tell you, hey Nick, somebody bring me water. Somebody bring me, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? I don't see no DJs doing that, bro.
I don't know. Look,
like, what?
I think my soul was birthed up in the DC area, the Chocolate City, because a lot of my influence comes from that way. Shout out to my brothers up in Baltimore. Not Baltimore. Oh, shout out to Lil Diamond up in Baltimore too. That's the homie. That's the ace around. She checked on me recently and like I fucked with it. I really appreciate you. Shout out to my best friends out in Cali, Rand Bands and Linnea, my ride or die. She's the person I rap diamond dancing with the best. Yeah, bro, it's like I believe what Sex said, like getting out to experience life because there's so much more out there. You can see so many other like things that could bring your brand in full circle. And it's not me pointing anybody out.
That's
in particular, I just think like I believe in traveling because it gives you experience to be able to bring a lot of them like concepts that you have in yourself or like those ideas full circle. Madmauves went full circle when I went out to California, and then a week later was out in North Carolina. That's when Madmauves became like, okay, cool. We ski masking everything.
That's
Y'all
hard.
gonna catch me in a mask.
That's hard.
My first show was at DMT Studios out in Hermitage. My second show was in